Hello, and welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. We're going to continue the epilogue of Ruthless Route, and I am excited, and you know why. Look at him! Look at him! Oh no, he's the best. He's just the best. It is what it is. Like thieves in the night, their gaze peering into the shadows surrounding them, this pair of intruders make their way into the hotel. The peacock moves to the front desk, and the bull follows at his heel. Questing hands shuffle the papers around, flipping through them as searching eyes flick over the printed words, looking for names, dates, information. A single clue that will point P in the direction of that which he seeks. Well now, what's this? He pulls a torn scrap of notebook paper out of the mess. A scramble of scribbled words almost form the meandering shape of a poem between its faded lines. It's called by blank, the Attica of bedroom mine beaks. I thrashed the plains of Atticans in my room. The shame my mother knew paced forward. A rage, sing? Okay. Goddess, muses. Oh, come down like blows. Would only someone check the needed rampage. The reflex, furies, do descend. Yeah, do descend. Does oppress by day and night. How else can I of service be without my weekly, daily harrowing to drain my brain its pus of tension? This I offer to the Furies, mine, so that by day, whatever I can give, I give. Whatever toward quotidianly overwhelmed, suicidally deserved wreck, begotten, bull-headed peace I can recover. Receive. I take V. Looks like emo bullshit to me. Maybe. It seems that someone didn't have a good time of it here. Either way. He tosses it back onto the pile. Let's move on. Storm's hand grips P's shoulder, cutting the peacock off. The older man turns to glare at his companion. Before he can admonish the bull for interrupting him, however, Storm speaks. Do you hear that? P cocks his head, blinking. He concentrates, listens. A lone voice drifts down the hall from a pair of half-open doors. Storm looks to P, one of the Minotaur's brows perking upward. The peacock grunts and, with a jerk of his head, directs his companion to join him in following the slurring voice to its source. The pair passes through the double doors into what looks like a run-down, abandoned bar. Oh. Okay. There's a man sitting at the counter. He holds an opened bottle of wine in one white-knuckled fist. And as the intruding pair watch, he tips it and his head back to guzzle down a few good handfuls. Then his voice rises again, ranting aloud to the empty room. Well, I hope you'll at least be happy, old man. He finally found that little get-out-of-jail-free card you left for him. And hey, he even found himself a proper redeemer, no thanks to you. The man lets out a careless belch, and then washes the taste out of his mouth with another gulp of wine. That rat'll probably bitch my ear off about this for the next however long. But at least she can't run crying to dear old daddy anymore. The man loses himself in a more drunken muttering. P and Storm share a glance, hesitating on the threshold of the doorway. The peacock draws himself up, steps into the room, and clears his throat. Excuse me. The man doesn't hear him, or is, perhaps, ignoring the interruption. He continues to drown his sorrows, and P has to take a few steps closer and raise his voice. Excuse me! If men are to be happy, the voice of law must reign supreme, right? But sorrows aren't Hey! He finally jerks, as if coming out of a stupor. He teeters on the bar stool for a moment, looking ready to collapse in a heap. Then he turns, blinking his eye at P and scowls. Oh. It's you. Though he tries to hide it, P is taken aback by the venom in the man's slurred voice. He examines the strangest features, looking for a single trace of familiarity. Have they met before? What could he have done to deserve that kind of greeting? He racks his brain, but there is nothing. The man swaying to and fro on the stool, and fixing him with a hazy glare. We are getting there, guys. We are piecing together this puzzle. This puzzle known as the English language, and I'm failing miserably. Is completely unfamiliar. Undeterred, P clears his throat again. He pulls his notepad out of his pocket, flipping through it, if only to fill the awkward silence with the sound of rustling paper. He finally looks up and offers the still glowering man a conciliatory smile. Pardon the interruption. My associate and I have had a rather long journey, and we were hoping to find someone who could answer a few questions about this place. Oh, sorry, excuse me one moment. Just going to adjust some things. Sorry, but there is nothing here for you anymore. He takes another swig of wine. It's just a couple questions. Once I'm done, I'll leave you to your business. First off, is this the Minotaur? This is the Minotaur Hotel, isn't it? Is that what your granddaddy called it? Well, I guess it's as good a name as any. So that's a yes then. P ignores the clopping of Storm's hooves as the younger man moves into the room to join him on his interview. The Minotaur fiddles with the gauge in his ear while giving the stranger a cautious once-over. At the sight of him, the man lets out another contemptuous snort. Storm flinches. P takes a step forward. Well? Fine. If you really must know, this was the Minotaur Hotel, but he's gone now, along with everyone else. I'm just here to clean up a bit before closing it down for good. Make sure all the lights are out, doors are locked, all of that. And drink the last of the booze. Now that, sir, is an insult to the gentleman who crafted this particular vintage booze. Bah! It's damn good wine. Would be a shame to let it go to waste. The stranger gives the pair a mocking salute with the wine bottle before tipping it back again. He guzzles the last few swallows, lets out another belch, and then slams the empty bottle down onto the counter. The bang of it echoes through the deserted halls of the hotel. But anyway, what are you looking for? What you're looking for is long gone. Sorry, but them's the breaks. Too bad, you sad. Too bad, so sad. Go cry about it. And now, if you'll excuse me, I've gotta run. He hops off the bar stool and has to steady himself on the counter for a woozy moment. Now, wait a second. You think I'm going to accept that as an answer? Do you know how far I've come to find this place? I've still got some questions for you, and you're going to sit your ass down and answer them. You said he was gone, meaning the Minotaur who could make diamonds rain from his hand, right? Where did he go? How long ago did he leave? Did he take anything with him that might have belonged to the guests? And you mentioned my grandfather. How the hell do you know him? How the hell do you know me? What the fuck are— Silence! The word crashes like thunder, making the bottles on the shelves and the lamps, the entire hotel shudder. The world blinks in and out, a flickering and darkening. Storm looks around, eyes wide with terror, but is staring transfixed on the stranger. Every trace of inebriation has dropped from the man's face. He doesn't sway, but stands tall and purus, while glaring at the peacock. And though they are separated by a good dozen paces, the man's presence looms large over P. The peacock's thousand eyes see that presence, and they see what lies beyond. What the fuck are you? The stranger heaves out a sigh. He runs his fingers through his hair, and then his short beard. Got me acting like the old man. He strides forward towards the peacock and the Minotaur once he finishes gathering himself, and though the stranger seems once more to be just a sober, human, the two still shiver and shrink into themselves as he approaches. His hand pats P's shoulder as he passes, making his way toward the doorway out of the bar. P flinches, his tail feathers flare, a twinge within his head stabs at the back of his eyes. Look, just forget all this. The Minotaur Hotel, what your grandfather left here, all of it. There was once a defilement which dwelled here, but it has been cleansed. Hold that defilement in fear, and consider it your duty to absolve the guiltless. It is thus that you will best serve justice. Safe travels, P. P. Wait. The peacock whirls around, but the man has disappeared, and so has the hotel bar. Hot desert sun beats down on him in storm as the two stand on a shoulder of a long, winding highway. All around, dunes and cliffs stretch towards the empty horizon. The peacock's car sits nearby, as though the pair had pulled over to the side of the road to make a pit stop. The stranger is gone. No! The hotel is gone. The valley is gone. No! His inheritance, his chance to prove his grandpa right, the solution to the mystery he's been pursuing. It's all gone. No. No! God fucking damn it! He turns and kicks at a drift of sand near his feet, sending it spraying off into the tangle of dry brush a pace or so from the asphalt. Hey, P, what the fuck just happened? With no other outlet for his frustration, the peacock rounds up his companion to direct at the Minotaur. Peacock rounds upon his companion. Okay. What just happened is that we've wasted all our fucking time on a wild goose chase. He continues, cursing out anything and everything that comes to his mind. At one point he pauses, clenching his eyes shut and flaring his tail feathers while concentrating. Then he snarls in renewed frustration. Can't even see that place from my dreams anymore. It's gone. It's all fucking gone. Storm stands nearby, shifting from hoof to hoof while waiting for the peacock's rage to burn itself out. He glances up and down the road, letting his eyes move from one distant rock formation to another. When P's voice finally falls silent, leaving only faint echoes, Storm clears his throat. So, what now? P sighs and kneads his brow. Hell if I know. I guess we'll have to figure that out. First step of that, get in the car. Let's see if we can find a rest stop anywhere around. I need a fucking cup of coffee. Okay. But... The peacock glances over at the bull as he makes his way around to the driver's side of the car. What? What is it now? What are we gonna do about our deal? I mean, we found that hotel of yours, didn't we? Even if we got kicked out, or whatever the fuck that was. So... P looks the younger man up and down, thinking, considering. He lets Storm squeal under his examination for a moment. The Minotaur waits in anticipation for an answer. Finally, P shrugs. I guess we'll figure that out too, kid. Okay. The car doors slam as the two take their seats. P on the driver's side and Storm on the passenger's. As the engine rumbles to life, the younger man chews his lips and stares out the window. P, meanwhile, sets his sights on the road and tries to ignore the weight on what just happened. The weight of what just happened settling upon his shoulders. There is no Minotaur Hotel. There is no inheritance. There is no satisfaction of an answer to the question which still lies in his mind and burn like vinegar on his tongue. There was only the peacock, the bull, and the vast emptiness of the wasteland surrounding them. Oh. Oh. Dust and silence. Okay. Huh. I don't know. I kind of liked that a lot. But I also don't feel like I get a lot of what happened. I'm not the smartest person on earth, so you know how it is. Like I'm still a little lost on like Argos. I'm a lot lost on Argos still. There was what in the main route. P said that his name was Argos, or not Argo. Well, like the Penta whatever. Wasn't that the same name that like Argos was using? I'm a little confused. I'm a little lost. But I'm sure that that's my fault. I'm 100% sure that's my fault. But it is what it is. I'm sure I'll get there. I'm sure I'll understand it all in the end. Maybe I'll play. I was told that I don't remember what options I chose earlier in this. Huh. But I was told to get the other endings for Ruthless, but I don't know how. But this was fun. This was a lot of fun. I got to treat Asterion in a certain way. That was funny. I liked that. We got a lot of scenes with Argos, and I've kind of always liked Argos. He's a fun guy. Do I have to click? Okay. Okay. But yeah. You know how it is. Maybe I'll go back and do another route of Ruthless. Maybe I want to do Speedrunner. I'm sure I'll learn all of the lore things I'm confused on in Speedrunner. You know, that should clear up everything. But yeah, I'll see you around, everyone.